Now, look, 10 minutes to 9. Treat for us all, I think. 40 years in the business, still making music, new music. Madness, back with the 13th album.
Suggs and Mike are going to be with us in just a moment. First, though, we're going to have a little bit of a look back. Some of these songs you will know really well. The stuff towards the end is new.
Madness lead singer Suggs, keyboard player Mike Barson, both join us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Not bad considering, yeah.
Considering?
Well, this is early for us, but obviously not for you. Yeah, you've already been at it for about...
The show business life, eh?
That's right. Normally coming in at this time, that's the one, yeah.
This new album, I've listened to this, and it feels like a theatrical performance. Was that the kind of motivation for this? It feels very performative.
Kind of, yeah. It was, I mean, when I was growing up, when I was young, I always liked what they used to call concept albums back in the day, such as Tommy by The Who. And Genesis did an album called Selling England by the Pound. And so I always liked that kind of extra layer of, you know, I mean, in those days, you used to get, it was always an album, so you open the album up and then you read all the details and everything. And then we've always had a kind of theatrical aspect to us, so it was kind of interesting to have the opportunity to do that, yeah. And Martin Freeman very kindly volunteered to take part in the whole thing, yeah.
You best explain that a little bit. So Martin Freeman, the actor, and there are
Martin
other
Freeman.
very famous actors involved in the project. So tell us more.
Once it started, we couldn't stop it.
No. They were chasing us all over town. Yeah, Helen Mirren very kindly did a recitation of the new single, just reading out the lyrics. I mean, she hadn't even heard the song, but it was very kind of her. She's a very nice...
Do you want to explain, was the connection along the way? I mean, how did that come about?
Well, I've got a house in Italy and she's my next door neighbour, so I got to know her, which was quite a kind of revelation. I remember when she was doing The Queen and I was having a meal outside on the beach. And I said, don't freak out to my friends, but the Queen's coming round the corner. A couple of my mates fell off their chairs.
Did you have a kind of conversation as in, do you know, one day would you fancy doing something with us? Did that conversation happen?
I think we were all just sitting around at the record company coming up with ideas because we were going to call it the Theatre of the Absurd. So we were thinking about theatrical elements, and that just came up with an idea. And I said, well, I might be able to ask Helen. And then very kindly she said, yeah.
Does Helen like your music?
I think so, yeah.
We never found out.
You're not like tempted to ask. Do you kind of like, do you listen to the old stuff or anything like that? It'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it?
She's ringing up trying to complain. Oh, I really regret it now. I wish I hadn't done it.
She doesn't. What about Martin Freeman? How did you get him involved?
Well, he's a kind of friend of saxophone player Lee Thompson, and so originally I did his bit. I did his part, and he actually said to me, "It doesn't sound bad what you've done there. You know, maybe I don't need to do anything." But he's a friend of Lee, so Lee got in touch with him, and he's a bit of a fan of the band, yeah. So he was up for it, yeah. He's a jolly good sport, and we went round his house, and after a few cups of tea and a bit of a chit chat, he got the mic out, and he said, "I don't need any of the music or anything," and he just did it like, boom, one go, and it sounded great, yeah.
Well, that's what you get when
real professional.
Yeah.
I have to say, real professional, yeah.
So, do you sing in French?
Well, Mike wrote a song with a French chorus, which I, did my best to approximate.
You're grimacing there,
There's
Mike.
only one
Why?
mistake in it, but we won't go into that.
Did you know what you were singing, or you just?
Not entirely, no. I mean, it was C'est la vie, which, of course, we all know is, this is life or whatever.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, I wasn't really sure, so Mike translated it for me. So, I found out that I wasn't being rude about the French or anything.
Well,
it was actually quite...
you hope so.
I hope so, yeah. I was rude about the French language.
You're
yeah.
touring as well.
Yes.
When's that begin?
A couple of weeks. We're starting off in Aberdeen in just about 2 weeks' time. Yeah, we're doing a tour of the UK. Arena tour, about 10 dates or something.
What does it look like? What does the audience look like now? Because I mean, I grew up with Madness and loved it, and still every time I listen to something, I know how I used to dance to it and whatever in those moments. But the younger fans are coming through as well.
Yeah. Just funny enough, your sports presenter was very enthusiastic to us in the corridor.
Mike, he's not young.
Not that young, but yeah, pretty young in spirit.
But no, he said his kids are into it now for that reason, that, they used to listen to it going on holiday and stuff. So you do get all ages. Yeah, I remember one time seeing 4 generations of the same family. So hopefully, as, the older ones start popping their clogs, we get some new, fresh material coming through.
I mean, we've always had a kind of a thing, even when we very much started, there were like old ladies, young kids. Everybody was kind of, for some reason or other, very much into what we were doing, yeah.
Do you know, I know I think most people associate Madness with kind of jolly, kind of a sort of spirited music like that. I sometimes think about it, it's quite melancholy. Some of the songs of my favourite songs are actually quite, rather thoughtful and rather have a kind of melancholy theme to them.
Yeah, I think we've always mixed those things up, yeah. I mean, somebody said the word to me, pathos, which I found out means happy and sad at the same time. And I think that does sum up a lot of what we do. I mean, sometimes, we'll have kind of sad music with happy-sounding lyrics and vice versa. But over the years, we've always tried to mix those 2 elements.
Have your writing habits together changed over the years?
No, not really. No, we kind of write singly. Somebody writes some lyrics, somebody writes a tune, and then different variations among us put them together. Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's been great because everybody is. I mean, especially on this album, they seem to be very good songwriters. Yeah, and there's quite a lot of us, so it alleviates the strain on the individual as well.
You've been in business for a long time. People change over the years. You'll get on, do you? I mean, that still works when you get together, because it'd been a while, hadn't it? And then you got together in a warehouse or something, and it was still all working properly.
Yeah, we rented this industrial space because we thought it'd be nice not to have the restraints of, the time limits of being in a professional studio. And we just started recording, and it all started to sound great. But yeah, when we're playing music together, that's when it all sort of makes sense. Maybe some of the other times we have our odd arguments, but yeah, when we're making music, it all gels.
I love it when you say, Suggs, you went, when we're playing music together, and you just a little banjo. Just a little banjo. What was that? Sorry, I did the same thing. Do that. What's that one?
We play together. What's that all about?
Interpretation of a bass guitar.
So, when we play together.
What's that? The harp. There is a lot of orchestration in it, actually. It's great. It is a really interesting listen. Nice to see you both here this morning.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, yeah.
Madness's album, Theatre of the Absurd presents C'est la Vie, is out today.